Hey everyone, Brandon Quinn here, thanks for joining. In today's video, we're going to play through the Hexakai daily puzzle from December 30th, which is going to be on a board of size 8 rated at medium difficulty. If you're new to Hexakai, it's a Sudoku-inspired game of hexagons played, as you can see here, on a roughly diamond-shaped grid. In this case, it's a board of size 8, which means that the center row has 8 cells, and both diagonal directions also have 8 cells, for a total of 64. And each cell can have a value ranging from 0 through 7, for a total of 8 values. If you want to read up on the rules or strategies for playing Hexakai boards, I have links to both of those in the description below. And if you want to give this puzzle a shot for yourself first, I have a link to that. Or you can go to hexakai.com or get the Android iOS apps, go to the Daily tab here, and select today's puzzle from there. So with that, let's get started. Looking at the board, it looks like it's on a generator pattern that kind of does stripes or divides the board into separate things, like 3-line clusters. I think that's the one that this is based on, this board. I think I'll start with the center here. It'll be very good for us if we can get the center completed, so I'm going to see what's missing and then try to fill in the cells from there. So we have 4, 2, 0, 6, 1, 3, 5, and 7 are missing. So we have a 3 and a 5 here and a 1, so that makes this a 7. 1, 5, 3, 1, 3, 5 that is. There's a 3 here. This one can be a 1 or a 5. What about here? 5, 3. This one has to be a 1. So this one then has to be a 5. So this one then has to be a 3. Okay, next I'll do this one. There's only 2 missing, so we might as well just knock it out. We have 4, 6, 3, 5, 7, 0. 1 and 2 are missing. So there's a 2 here, making this one a 1. Making this one a 2. Okay, we're moving pretty quickly out the gate. Next, I'll try this one. There's only 2 missing here as well. We have 0, 5, 3, 4, 1, 6. 2 and 7 are missing. Got a 2 there, so this becomes a 7. And this becomes a 2. Okay. I'll do this one next. There's 3 missing. We have 3, 5, 0, 7, 6. 1, 2, and 4. So we have a 1, 2. This becomes a 4. Let's see here. We can't rule anything out here. These are either 1 or 2 for both cells. Next, let's see. I see a few diagonals with only 1 cell missing. I want to get greedy a little bit and try this one, which has 4 missing. So we have 0, 1, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 2. This becomes a 3, leaving 2, 4, and 5. 2. This is a 4 or a 5. What about here? 5, this is 2 or 4. And here we have 2, 4, or 5. Things will get a little bit trickier as we get to the bottom here with this big cluster of empty cells. I think probably I should knock out these 2 diagonals, which have 1 value remaining each. So the first one here, we have 2, 0, 1, 4, 6, 5, 7. 3 is missing. The second one here, we have 7, 5, 6, 0, 1, 3, 2, and 4 is missing. Which helps us actually, because this has to be a 5 now. Then we have, get rid of that, we have 4, 2, 4, 2. Okay. I'll try this one next. There's 3 missing. I'll zoom in a little bit as well. Yeah, we have 3 missing, so we have 2, 3, 5, 4, 0. 1, 2, and 7. So we have a 7 and a 2 here, making this one a 1. That leaves, no, sorry, I made a mistake. It's not 1, 2, 7. There's a 2 here. It's 1, 6, 7. So let's see here. We have a 1. This one can be a 6 or a 7. What about here? We have a 7. This one can be a 1 or a 6. And what about here? We have a 7, 6. This becomes a 1. Okay. Then this becomes a 6. And this becomes a 7. We should start biting into this area a bit. So I'm going to continue with this diagonal. We have 1, 5, 7, 3, 2, 0, 4, 6. So we have a 4 here. This one can be a 0 or a 6. What about here? This one can be any of them. 0, 4, 6. And here we have 6, 0. This one has to be a 4. Which then makes this one, or it doesn't help us here. It reduces one of the possibilities, but we have a 6, 0 and a 6, 0 here. I'm going to switch it up now. I'm going to assign all the zeros on the board. I'm going to need to try to at least using the value-centric strategy, which I discussed in my blog post link below. I want to get zeros on so then we can get a 6 here. So we can't put a 0 here. These diagonals are completed. These two can both be 0, so I'll mark them in blue. Coming into here, what can be a 0? This can be a 0. Oh, which by the way, because this can't be a 0, we can just assign 0 here. So that's a 0. Then we have one more diagonal which can have a 0. Okay, so these would become 0s. We can't reduce anything there at the moment, but I'm gonna leave those in place, those blue cells. Knock out this. That should help us with things. So we have a 4, 0, 3, 2, 7, 1, 5, 6. So 6, 5, this one becomes a 1. There's a 5 here, this one becomes a 6. This one becomes a 5. Okay, it's a good thing I left that there. Now that we have a 6 here, this one has to be a 0. Which means this one has to be a 6. This one can't be a 0, this blue one here, so this one has to be a 0. So now we have all the 0s on the board. I'm going to do this one next. There's 2 missing, we should be able to get it, and then that'll be a nice slice on the open cluster here. So we have 4, 1, 2, 7, 6, 0, 3, and 5. We have a 5 here, making this one a 3. Making this one here a 5. Okay. Next I'll do this one. We have 3, 7, 5, 4, 0, 1, 2, and 6. So we have a 1, 2 there. There's a 1 here. This one can be 2 or 6. What about here? This one has to be a 1 because of the 2 and 6 up there, so that helps us out. This becomes a 2. And this becomes a 6. Very nice. I might as well just knock out these 2. There's 3 and 4 missing, but I think there's enough on the board where we can just conclusively assign them. So here we have 0, 6, 7, 1, 5. 2, 3, 4. So we have a 2 and a 3 here, making this one a 4. How about here? That leaves 2 and 3. There's a 3 here, making this one a 2. Making this one a 3. And last but not least, I'll just knock out this entire thing in one go. We have 5, 0, 6, 3. 1, 2, 4, 7. So this is a 2. This one's just a 1. Leaving 2, 4, 7. This one's a 4. Leaving 2 and 7. There's a 7 up here, making this one a 2. Making this one a 7. Alright, let's go ahead and submit it and see if you got the right answer. Yep, we did. Now it's a very quick playthrough. Roughly 8 minutes. Even though it's a difficult rated board, it's on a subboard of size 8, so smaller than the typical board of size 10. So we didn't really have to use any super advanced strategies. There is also ultra difficult. You can try on a board of size 8, which even though it's a smaller board, it still makes for a challenging experience. If you enjoyed this playthrough, please like and subscribe for more updates on Hexakai, daily puzzle playthroughs, and other updates as I make new features, make new blog posts, and also to stay up to date on some of my other projects like the Blindfold Chess, or just my Mental Mosaics book, or just anything else I'm working on. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.